You're listening to Into the Twilight, an independent, listener-supported show. Subscribe at patreon.com/intothetwilight for monthly bonus episodes, weekly shoutouts, a Patreon-only book club, and more. Thanks for support, and now, on with the show.
Now tuning in to Earbud Media. Audio for everyone.
My friends, welcome to Into the Twilight. We are here. We are investigating sad, painful, amnesia-filled cryptids.
We sure are.
I mean, it was bound to happen that we would get into some soap opera tropes. So I'm glad that we're finally getting there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised in an 8-season long show they weaponized the trope real late in the game here, but I guess I appreciate the restraint, you know?
I will say that, like, the doppelgangers is a...
Sure.
Usually soap operas do the, like, long-lost twin.
Sure.
But amnesia is a very common pull, so to wait until the back half, I'm very grateful for.
Right.
I am so excited to ask you how you are doing.
I'm here. I'm living.
Yes.
We are spiritually connected this week because this is welcome to the Lena Dunham Power Hour.
We didn't even plan this. I love when this happens.
We didn't plan it, and yet the power of Lena Dunham pulls through every time and joggles our consciousness. Yes. I want to talk about Too Much, her new show, because we finished it and it is lovely. It's very good.
I want to know everything about it.
It's so, and this will be a more informed conversation once we are talking about your happy thing as well. But there is something to this that is like, this is not Girls the Squeakquel, right? Like, this is a very different vibe. It is a lot more romantic. Like, it's very much like Lena Dunham inner sappy shit kind of vibes.
Interesting. Okay.
There is like heart-wrenching moments and there is like bleakness and stuff throughout it, but it's not as it is in Girls where there's this aura of, you know, narcissism and self-righteousness and, you know, romance kind of being public enemy number one a little bit, you know, in many of its factions. And so this is like a real turn of really playing on like rom-com tropes and like, you know, girl's obsession with like falling in love in London across the pond, you know, kind of shit. But having my girl, Meg Stalter, be like the vessel for this is so good. Like, I'm obviously incredibly biased because like I've watched Meg Stalter in tiny little comedy shows years ago in this fair city, right? You know, like, this is my girl. I feel like that's my daughter, you know. Like, I love her. I've seen you. She's all grown up. I'm really excited for her.
Right.
She's obviously very funny, but she does have this very wide breadth of emotional depth and being able to like communicate a lot of different things in addition to just being fucking hilarious, which I think serves this in a really beautiful way. Will Sharp is fucking great in it. I love seeing him actually be British.
Bless. The only thing I have heard about it, other than praising Meg, obviously, which is god tier casting there, was folks comparing the other main character to Jack.
Yes.
And what I'm curious to know, because that is the main thing. I mean, there are a lot of things that I've known about Lena Dunham prior to a week ago. But one of the main things is obviously her relationship with Jack.
Yes.
Is that what this show was about?
So it is like very clearly semi-autobiographical. Like, she has said it is like a much smaller percentage than like her life or whatever. Like, it is a truly fictional story, but there are definitely elements of, like, she did, you know, fuck off and go to London and fall in love with a musician, right? Like, these are all things that happened to her. And there is definitely a Jack Antonoff component to this that makes me want to kill him for real. Like, the way he's depicted. And also, like, the guy who plays him, Michael Zegan? I don't know how to pronounce his last name. But he was also in Mrs. Maisel, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure that he's a nice guy, right? I'm sure he's a fine, pleasant person. But he's always cast in, like, that kind of, like, boyfriend or husband kind of, like, role of just emotionally not present and gaslighting and does not respect or believe in women and having emotions and feelings, right?
Damn, dog.
But it's done very well. It's very, like, it's tough to watch, definitely at points, but I think it is very real shit that is, like, well described, I believe. That's not just like, this is an anti-Jack Antonoff thing, right? It's more of just like, this is like how a lot of relationships can be, and that sucks.
Damn. Okay, interesting. The reason this show coming out inadvertently inspired my happy thing. Yeah. So I'm glad to know that it is good and worth watching.
Yeah.
Lena, you fucking... You fucking complex piece of shit.
Yeah. Like, listen, say what you will, and many things are valid to say, right, about Miss Dunham. However, she can tap into the zeitgeist in a way that few others can. And that's a monkey's paw.
No, I'm absolutely not.
It's a monkey's paw.
Her influence cannot be argued.
Yes, for sure.
Good and bad.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Which... I mean, that's the whole thing, right? It's like, I saw that this was coming out, and I got a free month of HBO, and I was like, well, you know what that means. I'm going to rewatch all my shit that I love. West Wing, Here I Come, right? And then I was like, oh, damn. I did tell my therapist that I was going to try watching new stuff to help with novelty. You know what I have not seen before is Girls.
This is so important to me. Oh, my God. I need to know everything about how you're feeling about everything.
And here's the thing, right? Like, have I been actively avoiding it? No, obviously not.
Sure.
But I knew, and especially with Girls, right? Like, Lena Dunham. I am glad, and I told you this, I am very glad that I'm watching this now, rather than watching this as it came out. Because the more that I get into it, and I'm almost at the end of the 3rd season now, there are far too many things that have happened in this show so far that were happening to me specifically when this was airing in 2012, 2013, that if I had watched this when it was coming out, when I was a freshman and sophomore in college, I would not have had the reflection needed to be like, oh, that's not good. But instead be like, oh my God, my experience is on TV. That means I'm doing the good thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Totally. It's like, I'm on the right path, baby.
Right. I see myself in media. But now I'm able to watch it and be like, fuck.
Yeah.
I've had no original experience.
Yeah.
So we all fall for this kind of asshole. Great. Cool.
Yeah.
So and again, this is the whole thing about Lena Dunham, right? Her she unfortunately knows how to tap in.
Yeah.
Here. I am liking it. I'm getting such heartburn from secondhand embarrassment watching it, which I knew from the pop culture moments that I had seen out of context from this show. Yesterday, I got to see Marnie in context singing to Charlie. And I wanted to go sit in traffic.
It's one of the best and most haunting, like, 60 seconds put to celluloid. The context is so important to that scene. Because, again, out of context, it's also cringe and bad, right? But within the context, it is, like, there's so many more layers of, like, oh no, get me out of here. Help.
The context makes it worse somehow. What I love about watching this, though, is seeing the red string to actors that I was already aware of.
Yes.
You know, like the first time that I saw I always call her Marnie, and I know that that's not her name.
Miss Allison Williams. Miss Megan.
Miss Allison Williams. But, like, the first time that I saw Allison Williams on screen was Get Out.
Yeah.
And so to see the trajectory of her career and, like, knowing that someone saw her do that viral moment and be like, oh, no, she's perfect for this. You know what I mean? Like, and then seeing Adam Driver, who I thought was just... going into the show, thought he was just in it for an episode.
Oh no, honey.
And this is his thing. Mm-hmm. If I had known that when I saw him in the Star War, I would not have been able to take it seriously, because it's like, I've seen you get arrested, sir.
Sure. Yeah.
I've seen you in your most vulnerable moment. So the cameos are wild. There are a lot of comedy legends and also comedy duds that I've seen in here. I'm glad that I'm watching it for the culture, obviously. But it is, you know, very set in time.
Yes. Too. Yeah, for sure.
So I don't regret that. I will continue to keep watching it. I will say the one thing that I was not prepared for, especially given that I have very complicated relationships with Lena Dunham. I was not expecting to see this woman's boobs so much.
Yeah.
But I guess, you know, if you've got a body at that age and you're a writer and executive producer and a director, like, fuck it, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
let him out, girl. Let's go.
I just watched an episode yesterday with Patti LuPone in it. And that was an experience.
Is nuts. That's so nuts.
So... the show is wild. I'm glad that I'm watching it for the culture and understanding it. But I'm so glad I was not watching it when it came out. Jesus Christ. Because I was living it.
Yeah, for sure.
And also, I don't know that at 18 I would have known how to get HBO. I was watching Red versus Blue. Okay? I was in the trenches of different things. So thanks, Lena. But also, wow. You know?
God. I'm so happy for you on this journey. I'm so excited.
Sorry that, like, while you all were watching Girls, I was studying the Blade. Okay?
Sure. And that's valid.
And by studying the Blade, I mean I was, when my college professor said to do all the reading, I actually was literally doing all the reading because I didn't know. I didn't know black and white thinking, you know? We have two pieces of current events this week. One is actual current events, and the other is something that I think is a pseudo-happy thing.
Sure.
This People article. We've talked about Paul's relationships a lot more on this podcast than I expected to be honest.
Yeah.
But here we are.
He's engaged, folks. To a 25-year-old, baby. Awesome.
You know, super great, Paul. I know your age is not 25. I know that you are 42. What the hell does a 42 and a 25-year-old have in common?
And listen, I'm also not, like, anti-fundamentally age gap relationships. Whatever. People are adults.
She just was able to rent a car, though.
Right. I do think there's, like, contextual content, like, differences of, like, someone whose frontal lobe, like, just maybe started developing versus someone who was on a popular television show a decade ago and was still older than her in that moment. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a little bit of something there that is questionable.
The older that I get, and I'm going to say this as age gaps going up. So the older that I get, the less that age gaps bother me. In the sense that when I think of someone who is 40 now that I'm 31, bothers me less.
Sure.
But thinking of someone who is 24 or 25 in the context of this person, hello?
Yeah. Who is that?
What would I talk to you about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that, like, going up makes sense, but hey, Paul, what do you talk about?
Yeah.
Super normal thing, super healthy. But, I mean, Natalie, sign a prenup. Get that money. That's all I have to say. The ring's pretty, I guess.
Yeah, good for her, I guess. But, it's fine. Have fun.
If you sign a prenup, then you get part of his royalties and also his alcohol business, Natalie. That's all I have to say. Sure. I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah, get that Two Brothers money or whatever.
No, literally. It just feels like a midlife crisis. That's all. In this People article, which thank you to Bailey Richards.
Yes.
That one of the reasons why he loves her and they get along and their romance is, I think the reason we get along so well is because all we do is laugh. Okay. I mean, laughter is healthy.
Yeah.
But what else do you do? Do you communicate in anything else? I will say, because the fact that they met at this time, it seems like, given his last split, there was a very little time. Like, I think she was supposed to be the rebound.
Sure.
From his last partner.
Sure.
Anyway, Love and Light. I just am nervous, that's all. This last piece of thing, I shared with you because it brought me a lot of joy.
It's really good. It's really good content.
Sometimes we share TikToks with each other where it's like, oh no. But this is talent.
Yeah, this is an artist. This is artistry.
This is artistry, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Which is nice. And we don't often get to see. And I appreciate that. Could you tell the class about this reality TV show?
I am so obsessed with this. This beautiful TikToker recut, or has been, I guess, for a while, has been doing it as a series, Michaela, Magic by Michaela, thank you, Michaela, for your work, as recontextualizing Twilight as a reality TV show. And using the, interviews of, Rob and Kristen talking about acting on the show as if they were, confessionals for what is happening within the scenes of Twilight. And it's...
Oh, my God.
It's so perfect. Just to even think of that is beautiful. And then to actually execute it in a beautiful way of talking about the, strawberry shampoo and having real life Kristen being like, yeah, I just did this thing and he's fucking a weirdo. It's and Edward, or Rob as being like, I can't do any of the cool vampire stuff. I can't kill anyone. That sucks. I'm like, good boy. That sucks. It's really, it brings a little layer to things and is beautiful. It's beautiful to watch.
Michaela even had the power to include the very well-known reality royalty-free rattle.
Yes.
When there's silence, and that is so critical to me.
Yeah.
Michaela, you are a god amongst men. Thank you for this work. And I thank you. This is so important to me. There was one where in the lower third of Bella, she put unaware she's lunch. And that, thank you for this gift. Yeah. Your artistry is appreciated and is not ignored.
Thank you for your service, for real.
Thank you for your service. So here's my question to you. What if we don't talk about this episode?
Yeah. I just... these motherfuckers want us dead. They want us dead in a ditch. They want us suffering. They don't want us to feel joy, to feel happiness. I'm sick of it.
It is feeling more than personal at this point. And
it's targeted, absolutely.
It is. It is absolutely targeted. And I think the only benefit I thought was, we're going to get this fun, old-timey holiday because Mystic Falls loves to have a celebration.
Sure.
And then they turn it and they twist the knife and they make it about Bonnie. And that's rude.
Yeah.
To me and my kin.
For my girl, I'm sick. I'm absolutely sick.
Yeah. I think that it was similar to what we thought about with last episode. The acting that Paul put in, trying to discover who Stefan was, I appreciated and I enjoyed quite a bit.
Yeah, because you can kind of tell that he's listen, he has no memories. He has he knows what cars are and what things are, but as far as personal, he's not just a baby, right? He does have awareness of things, but he does not have his own personal memories of who he is and stuff. And he's reading through his old fucking journals and stuff and being like, damn, this guy kind of sucks, huh? Like, this guy's kind of sucks. And that conversation with him and Damon in this car while he's reading is so fucking funny. Because Stefan is like, oh, so, you know, I'm like a big ripper and I'm like a dangerous guy and an asshole and a vampire, but I also don't litter. Interesting.
That's where I draw the line.
I must be the fun brother and you, Damon, must be the safe brother. And I'm like, LOL. LOL. That's fucking funny. That's funny. That's very fun.
I think that has to show, one, Stefan is an incredibly unreliable narrator in his journals. And also, Damon has no idea what he's doing. I think that he's trying to go in chronological order with Stefan here. Which, hey, Damon, can we remember that we have a current and present threat with Silas? Can we go in reverse chronological order here, please?
That line of thinking makes no sense, because it's like, this isn't even the first time we've had to pull Stefan from the brink here, right? And to like remember his past, or to remember the things that are important to her or to him, and that could like trigger a, you know, sense memory or something. Like, this has been done before. You've pulled Stefan out from, you know, being fully the Ripper and not having his humanity and all these different things. I know this is a little bit different, but why are we being like, okay, page 1, you are a baby. And now here's 200 years of your life that you can just do written down. And even Elena is like, you didn't tell him about me? And he's like, listen, there's a lot of time. And it's like, but Elena is kind of the one who could be like, hey, bud, hey, is there some sort of memory we can trigger here? Hello.
Right. Like, I know that you don't have to start with what's currently trending. Like, Damon, I know that you don't have to show Stefan, this is in 2013 of when this episode's airing, so you don't have to have him listen to fucking Thrift Shop and Blurred Lines and Roar or whatever was on the Billboard Top 100 at that time. Sure. But I think it would be worthwhile to say, hey, there is a big bad right now that has your fucking face.
Yeah.
He's technically your ancestor.
Uh-huh.
And his lovers to enemies is out there who fried your brain.
Right.
Not starting with the fucking Big Bang.
Right.
On there. Like,
we can expedite some of this a little bit, I think. You know?
Right. To not say, hey, so the place that you're currently staying includes me, your brother, Elena, who maybe we don't get into the complexities of like, this is a person that in every universe you find, because it's a little heavy. We can save that for maybe next week on our syllabus. But also, Elena's brother, who was dead and has come back. Also, Elena, you did date before, and now we're dating on there. Yeah. Helpful context to have, so that she doesn't have to tell him again that she's dating his brother. Yeah. Sick work. It was a little manipulative, I will say, on Stefan's part, to be like, oh, and the hunger returns. Like, that.
Dude, that was, yeah. Because, like, listen, Elena's trying really hard out here. She's, like, recreating, like, the first time, quote-unquote, we collided. Which, okay, girl. Okay. And being, like, in the high school and being like, okay, what if we just, like, you know, and trying to get all the details right of being like, maybe I came from this way and you come from this way, maybe that'll trigger or something. And going to the bridge and, like, having all these conversations of being like, these are places that are important to us and our story, and have, like, a larger thing that maybe you could get into. And then, you know, brings up the Damon of it all because they're about to smooch. And Stefan's like, hey, you didn't think that was relevant information? Which, you know, valid for sure. But also, why are you now being a little pissy boy and being like, well, that sucks now. I'm out of here. You suck. This is stupid. And it's like, what are we doing, sir?
Right.
Excuse me. This woman is trying her best out here, okay?
We see Stefan in this episode put 2 and 2 together in a way that we've never seen him do before. He had the ability to put context clues together on the top of this school building. Yeah. And communicate it in a way that was unprecedented. Yeah. That Mr. Stefan Salvatore has never done before. Because even Elena was shocked. She was like, I didn't tell you that. Damon didn't tell you that. And he was like, he says, quote, I'm not an idiot. And it's like, well, all right.
Okay.
If the shoe fits. But I will say, Elena did a lot this episode to help him. I thought that it was cute, albeit trivial. And also, are we not worried about exposing vampires anymore? There were people in that school, and she was just jumping on buildings.
Yeah, it's like it's the middle of the day, Elena. Like,
right.
I'm sure people are more normalized to the fact now, but it's like we still gotta maybe try to keep up appearances, right? Like just you know what I mean?
I know compulsion exists, but goddamn.
Yeah, let's be a little smart here.
There might still be vervain in the water supply. We don't know.
Sure.
Ridiculous. I'm annoyed. I will also say, so nature and nurture comes up a little bit this episode. There is a moment that Damon says they're thinking about the Ripper gene for Stefan being biological.
Now, not the Riverdale, not the Riverdale serial killer gene. Hello? What do you mean the gene?
Now, if they're trying to make a broader statement about sociopathy,
sure,
and psychopathy,
sure,
then maybe.
Yeah.
But the serial killer gene?
You know, when you do the Punnett square, you get the recessive.
I got it from my paternal side.
Yeah.
I will also say there was a moment where Stefan was trying to psychoanalyze himself about killing his dad, and that was so fucking funny to me.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, well, maybe because I don't remember killing my dad, that I won't have guilt and I won't turn into the Ripper anymore. And Damon was like, hey, bud, what if we don't try to find out?
Yeah. Let's just not even go down that rabbit hole.
Right.
It's not worth our energy.
The lighting, I have to say, the lighting with the waitress.
Oh, yeah.
Was so spoopy.
Very spoopy.
I sometimes forget that Paul can actually be scary sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't want to see that man in an alleyway sometimes.
Yeah, certainly.
It's probably for the best that he hasn't been typecasted into, like, creepy-ass roles.
Sure, yeah.
Because his face sometimes, it was a little bit sexy, but it was more scary than anything else.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, my God. I need to know your thoughts, because I did write this down. When Elena and Stefan were in the school, and she was trying to, like, have him stand in the perfect position to Clyde, I think it would be hard to imagine that this wasn't intentional. He was giving off Edward Cullen impersonator contest to me.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
With the gray V-neck, especially.
Totally. It's like, I know what you are. I know what you are.
How long have you been 17?
Back where it all began, huh? Okay.
No, for real.
Interesting. Also, the way the show weaponized Cerebrillus.
They are on my fucking shit list.
They love to do this to us. They love to just have a violent needle drop. And it was incredibly long. Like, it was instrumental for a good, 2 minutes, and then then the song kicked in, and I was like, this is some nasty fucking work. This is criminal.
I swear in their editing room, they have a, break glass in case of emergency, and it's just gravity.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Sickos. They're absolute sickos.
The nerve.
I am obsessed with the fact that Mystic Falls... Listen, this show, and specifically the town in this show, does a lot of support for the Civil War and a lot of old-timey things. And I have to ignore it for my own mental health. Them doing a Remembrance Day, which has nothing to do with that. It's more so about when people were dying of cholera back then.
Yeah.
I fucking love this. I remember when I first learned about people being buried with bells, and I was very creeped out about it. And then I was like, now, wait a minute.
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
This is wild. What? They have us... And now these sickos. God. They celebrate it.
Yeah.
Only in Virginia, man. I'm telling you. I do think it's pretty. I mean, there are ways everyone celebrates and honors their ancestors in different ways. So I do think that's cute. I one of the things I wrote down about this was when Damon was like listing off all of his family members and we finally got an Uncle Zach mention.
Oh my god, yes.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute. We're so back though. Gone but not forgotten, you know?
So I'm glad that he was finally like, yeah, man, that was my bad. Sorry about that.
Yeah, whoops.
I will say Damon had a lot of really good lines this episode. Yeah. He had a lot of sad ones, but his quips this episode were very good.
Listen, this is a rare opportunity. He's not going to get many like this, that he could just be like, like Stefan has no context for our dynamic at all, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just going to razz him a little bit. I think that's beautiful. Obviously, it's like, we got work to do and there's stuff to be done and like, whatever, but, you know, let him play in the space a little bit. Let him have a little fun here.
It was the amount of things that he was saying specifically to Jeremy pre-confession there. But when he was talking with Jeremy on the phone and was like, I think he even said it to Stefan of like, I gotta go see a man about a witch. And I was like, that's very good. But him even talking to Jeremy and he was like, I need you to be less vague right now and also less weird.
Yeah.
And that's impossible for Jeremy to do because the first time we see him this episode, this is supposed to be a high schooler. Y'all. This is supposed to be a high schooler, and that's not how high schoolers look.
He was doing push-ups.
Adult man stuff.
Adult man push-ups to the back against the wall song or whatever. just hard working out here. And it's like, this is an adult man. But okay, sure,
that's
everyone.
Not what a minor looks like. And I refuse to feel guilty about it because that is not an adult man in the context of acting, and that's not an adult man in the context of this show, and I refuse to believe that. Yeah. That is not physiologically what high school boys look like. No. It's just not, and I can't.
Also, can we talk about how, listen, Elena's on this little journey to fix Stefan or whatever. I get it. She's not at school.
Yeah, she's tour guide.
She's got stuff to do. I understand.
She works for the tourism department of Mystic Falls.
Yeah, I'd be like, welcome to our beautiful fine city. So now Caroline is alone at college, and is now just hard pivoting into biology. Just to be, and like, I appreciate her Nancy Drewisms. I think that's an admirable quality to Caroline. However, I wanted her, and she wanted to have a very chill freshman year that didn't require hard classes. And now she's just front-loading her entire schedule with advanced fucking biology and shit. And, like, I get it, to you know, maybe get Mr. West or whatever, Dr. West, I don't know, to fucking like you. Or, like, have some sort of connection and rapport so you can figure out what the fuck's going on there. I understand. But I feel like Elena should be making those sacrifices, not you, Caroline. I want you to be in a theater major
100%.
And just chill. And just fucking
She's
vibe.
supposed to go to Broadway.
Yeah, go to Broadway and hang out with Jesse and have cute little moments there. But no.
No, she's doing fucking a Fantasy High junior year Borgug schedule.
Totally,
where she's taking all of the bio classes at the same time.
It's like, girl, your brain is going to explode, you know? Like, I don't love this for you. I understand why you're doing it. That's very nice of you. But must you?
Right.
Must you?
Well, and is that the only reconnaissance that's possible?
Right, yeah.
It feels like you're working harder rather than smarter, Caroline, and you know better than this.
Yeah, that's not you. That's not your ball, you know?
Granted, I don't think that, especially by the end of this episode, I don't think the compulsion would work on Dr. Maxfield. Right. It does work on Jesse, we see, which I didn't think was going to be possible. Mm-hmm. Rip to Jesse, by the way. It just doesn't, it feels like a lot of work, Caroline. Yeah. And I know that you love a busy work. But goddamn. Mm-hmm. Do you know how expensive textbooks are? Caroline, your mom's probably fucking stressed out.
Right. It's like, why are there like $400 textbooks about science and biology here? Caroline, all for a scheme? A plan?
For a bit?
For a bit? It's a little flying too close to the sun, my girl. Come on.
I did think it was very cute when her and Jesse were in the cemetery, and I'm never going to let y'all forget this. Yeah. It seemed like they were a little bit off the cemetery, because we've seen Mystic Falls, a cemetery. It did not have woods in the center. But they're just quizzing about all of these science terms.
Yeah, that was very cute.
It was very cute. These writers sometimes are a little bit less subtle. The Red Queen, I was like, I fucking got it, okay?
Right, I'm here.
You didn't need to have Caroline stare me down through the camera, okay? I got whatever you're planning for this season. Thank you. Yeah. But the little smooch was very cute. I like them together.
It was very cute. And he was like, I've just been wanting to do that since day one. And it's like, ugh, I know. It's so cute.
I know, because you're hot together.
Yeah. It's electric when you're here. God damn.
You ever just have a study date in a cemetery? Oh, that reminds me. When Stefan said that, about him and Elena meeting in a cemetery, that was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
He didn't have to say that.
It's like, come on, man.
But it was very good, and I appreciated that. He had a couple of moments when he was talking to her of like, so I bored you to death, and she's like, well, that wasn't it. And he was like, so we're bonded by death, and she's like, well, I mean,
perhaps,
sorta.
Yeah, kind of, yeah, in a way.
So I mean, I guess, sort of. It was very cute. I'm really sad about Bonnie, okay? And I'm also sad. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I never thought I would say this. I'm sad about Matt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He is having a horror story happen to him.
And again,
no one knows.
No one knows. No one cares, really. But like, if they did know, they'd
Jeremy
be like,
knows a little.
Yeah. Right. The way he's literally having the like conversation at the end of Severance, where it's like both Marks are talking to each other through the video camera, and honestly, good thinking on Matt to just be like, I'm gonna set up a camera all night, see what the fuck's going on. Don't have to worry anyone else about this just yet. I just want to see if I killed someone, and what's going on with my body in the nighttime. Something that would have benefited Rick for sure. That sort of fortuitousness. And he like plays it back, and it's, his possessed self, the traveler self or whatever, being also having so much fun with his accent, by the way. He's like
the accent and the body language was very interesting.
Totally. Like he locked in as being like, whoa, I'm not Matt, I'm Matt but different font. Very scary. Very spoopy.
I'm Brat.
Yeah. Real spoopy, but I think he was having fun in the space, being like, oh, I get to go like full, like, little Russian Slavic sort of intonation here. Fun. Let's go. Let's do that.
Yeah, I'm curious what language it is. My subtitles said Czech.
Oh, yeah. That makes more sense, too, with, like, the Romani kind of vibe that they're sort of going for.
I don't know. They haven't said, obviously, what language it is. And Matt on his Dell computer, and they really wanted you to know it was a Dell computer, by the way.
Yeah.
He has not done any sort of translation yet.
Yeah.
He was obviously just more freaked out by the fact that someone from these travelers is going to come and find this dagger. And if he doesn't keep it safe, then he's going to get his neck slit.
Yeah.
But Jeremy's not worried. He's like, dog, I think it's probably the Gilbert ring, because that's what happened to Rick. And Matt's like, I thought of that.
Yeah.
And I thought of that before I called you.
Yeah.
And
it's like, I've also died a lot, Jeremy, so we're kind of operating on a similar level of knowledge here. So I appreciate your input.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. This is a little scary.
He's like, I really need Bonnie. And Jeremy's like, yeah, so that's a really good idea. I'm going to go to DC and find Bonnie now. BRB.
Yeah, totally. I love, too, that, like, finally people are like, hey, what's up with Bonnie?
Overwhelmed him.
No, for sure. And, like, I understand from Jeremy's POV, because Jeremy this whole time has been like, we need to tell them. Like, you are delaying the inevitable, and that's hurting everyone, and, like, it's hurting me, because, like, I at least have a direct connection to you, and they do not, And that, like, we have to rip the Band-Aid off, because otherwise, like, no one will be able to fully process this and grieve, and this is just, like, delaying what has already happened. And so I understand that. Yeah. And it's really sad. It's a hard position to be in. But now it's like the one time where everyone's like, oh, Bonnie exists. We need her for something. We need a witch, right? It's like Damon for the first time being like, yeah, get me Bonnie, of course. I forgot about her. Let's do that. And it's like,
Jeremy doesn't know how to moonwalk out of a room like Nick Miller does, so he just does push-ups instead.
Right.
Which is why he's so fucking yoked.
Yeah.
I was shocked, by the way, when Damon said that he had called Bonnie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because, sir, what do you mean? What do you mean that everyone? So we know Caroline sent emails. We know Elena's called and sent emails. Yeah. So was Matt. But Damon's called too? Bonnie's never said that. Yeah. And this is the first time that Damon said that.
I have to imagine that her number is not saved in his phone. Or if it is, it's like fucking witch, you know? It's just like, it's not like Bonnie, you know her name. It's like, shit. Let me go through my contacts. What was that? One string of numbers that I just never put a name to. Aha, there we go.
You saved it under Connie or something.
That was so sad, and also a little... One bit of lightness in this was when Jeremy was doing his push-ups or whatever, and Bonnie's in there like, hey King, what's going on? And he's like, what? Hey, thank you for popping in, but what are you doing? And she's like, well, I don't have Netflix where I am, so this is kind of my only form of entertainment, so you kind of gotta let me do that. I'm dead, so you gotta let me just look at you and your pecs.
Can I have one thing, Jeremy?
Right, goddamn. Come on now. One compromise? Is that a crime? I can't have one little look, one little peek at this boy doing push-ups? Thank you. Excuse me.
It sucked so bad when Damon finally figured it out. And he was so Damon about it. Because he's like, don't do it. Because if you say it, then it's real and everything changes.
Yeah, that was so heartbreaking. Because it's like, it is very Damon of how he is like, if I don't know about it, it's not real. If I can't see it in front of me, it didn't happen. Even though things that have very literally happened, it's just like, if you say the words, though, then everything changes. And it's like, well, everything has changed. It's just now that you guys are figuring it out and being told that. Yeah. Which sucks, for sure. And it's like, listen, it's awful. It's awful. And him just like being like very little boy about it and being like, no, don't make it real by saying it out loud, you know? And even Bonnie being like, don't tell him, don't tell anyone. This is fine. This is a great dynamic. And Jeremy's like, I'm going to explode. I can't do this anymore. I can't be the only person that knows you're dead. This is nuts. I can't.
I was not expecting in that moment for Damon to be teary-eyed. I expected him to be mad because that's Damon. Mm-hmm. But him to be teary-eyed, not just because it is going to destroy Elena, which is true.
Yeah.
But he was so sad, and I was not expecting that. And also him being pissed, being sad, and then hugging Jeremy, which I was not expecting. Damon's usual reaction has been like punching people.
Yeah.
It was so painful.
Yeah.
And I did not like that. And it hurt a lot. And I thought like, oh, maybe that's going to be it. Mm-hmm. Maybe we're going to hear him tell Elena later on, which he did, because Damon's whole demeanor completely fucking shifted afterwards. Sure. And then it got worse. It got so much more painful.
Yeah.
I think that I was not surprised by Stefan being unable to keep it together at the remembrance ceremony.
Yeah.
I wish that it hadn't have been Jesse that it happened to.
Yeah.
Because Caroline was like, hey, keep it together. Like,
right. Come on.
I literally have blood in my trunk. Like, let's go to the car and we'll get it together. And he was like, well,
but there's like this guy right here though. And that's like that's way tastier. So I'm going to pass on the bags. Thank you.
God damn.
Like, no, it's a beautiful boy. Come on.
He's
let
a
Caroline have
boy.
love.
You can't. This is not nice.
Yeah.
Jesse's friends, not food, so we can't do that.
We can't. Come on.
That's rude.
I know you don't have any connection to him, and you don't have any connection to anyone here because you don't have memories. But Come on. Context clues, my guy. Put it together. Be chill.
Right. If you somehow know Caroline, which is wild that he knew Caroline and not about Elena.
Right.
It seems wild that you would be like, so this person that is with Caroline, I'm a munch on him a little bit.
She just keeps him around for that, obviously. It must be she brought him for me. For a little snack. It's like, no, Stefan. No, Stefan.
And then he dumped Damon and Elena. Sir? All right.
It's like, all right, drama queen. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go?
You think that living in the crypt is the best option? Sir? All right.
Yeah. This is my bunker. This is my safe space. No
Mystic
one
Falls
annoying
doesn't have a
can come in
fucking
here.
Motel 6? All right.
God.
Do they not still own the property of Rick's apartment?
That's honestly so true. I don't know. Probably. They must,
Goddamn.
right? I love to.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. And like poor Jesse like calls Caroline and is like, "Hey, don't want to worry you, but I did wake up in a crypt, and I don't know why, and I'm a little nervous. Can you help me, please and thank you?" And it's like, "Oh, buddy."
I love that the crypt had service, though. That's cute.
I know, right? Yeah, that's very tech forward. Love that. Crypt of the future. That's it.
Surprisingly tech forward of Mystic Falls.
Yes. Right. It'll surprise you, but hey.
They just, they do. They continue to surprise me with the ways that they are sometimes tech forward. The experience that Jesse is having is wild because he obviously trusts Dr. Maxfield.
Yeah.
For some reason. And then at the end, Maxfield is like, so you seem fine or whatever. You do have vampire blood in your system, so that's good. And Jesse doesn't. Maybe it's just because he's still out of it. I don't know. But he somehow got back to campus, which we know is like 2 hours away.
Yeah.
Sure. He has vampire blood in his system, doesn't seem to freak out about it. And Dr. Maxfield's like, so you're so good here. The nice thing is, you're going to be fine. This is super helpful, though. Because now we can move on to phase 2. And he's like, sorry, what?
Yeah, hey, that's a really scary looking syringe you got there. Hey.
Yeah, I didn't know that Dr. Maxfield was fucking Victor Frankenstein. So what's up with that?
My creature.
Why is your syringe yellow, my guy?
Yeah, so
that doesn't look like
alarming.
B vitamins.
Oh,
you can't just do experiments on a black man. Vampire Diaries. That's not...
Yeah, not a great look. Don't love that in the medical context
of
this.
Do I love if the creature is going to be this hot man? Yeah, absolutely. I think that's great. Do I know how this show handles black actors and specifically black characters? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm really nervous, actually. So, but I will say that there was a part of me for the first time that we saw Jesse. I thought he was already a vampire. So,
sure.
We'll see. We'll see how that goes. This altar scene, Cody, I cried like a goddamn baby.
Yeah. So messed up. Also, everyone in this cast, gorgeous criers.
They're such pretty, and that's hard to do.
Yeah. Like everyone across the board. Matt, very pretty crier. I was like doing it. I was like, whoa, I'm here. I feel it.
And I know that there's a way, because I've watched America's Next Top Model. I know that there are ways with those like smelling salts to make people cry.
Sure.
When you're an actor, those felt real to me, especially Caroline's felt real.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
When Bonnie started talking and getting up in their face, I was gone. I'm still holding out hope.
We have to believe in something, We have to.
Well, because weirder things have happened in this show.
Sure.
And I know that none of these characters will survive without a witch.
Yeah.
They are too dependent on magic for them to not have... Either Matt's got to lean into witchcraft. Mm-hmm. This party is too tank heavy. They need some... they're going to need... So I need Bonnie back is all I'm going to say. But I was crying a lot when this happened. I thought that it was very pretty and beautiful. When Elena put the pillow feathers in there, I was very sad.
Yeah.
I need to know your thoughts on Tyler.
Yeah, okay, Tyler fucking back from wherever the fuck, with his crew, his werewolf crew or whatever. It's like, listen, I'm glad you're here for this sad moment. I understand.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Bonnie, one of her loved ones.
Yeah, one of her closest friends, for sure, in the context. Okay. Like, sure. Whatever. Can't go to college, but because he's with his wolf.
Can't answer the phone.
Can't
call Caroline back.
Nope.
But somehow shows up here. Sick work, my guy. God. I'm glad that Bonnie is happy. She seemed at peace in this moment. I'm very sad about it, though.
Yeah.
But I mean, props to all the actors. Y'all are really pretty when you cry. So love that for you.
Yeah. Stunning work across the board.
I'm nervous about where this moves forward.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, Matt's not doing well.
No.
The college isn't doing well.
No.
Stefan's who knows where.
Sure.
But apparently it doesn't matter because we've got a dance on schedule for next week.
And those always famously do really well.
They're always positive. They're never painful.
Yep. Yeah. So we got just a really nice party episode in store, and it's going to be really cool and healing, and it's going to be just... Also, what the fuck is Damon wearing in this photo?
I have no goddamn idea.
I have questions.
If this was canonically true, and it doesn't because this looks kind of like a historical dance, but the Harlem Shake was popular in 2013. So if this was true to times, at least on Caroline's campus, then they would be doing the Harlem Shake.
Okay. Well, I hate that, is the thing. Also, we cannot end this without, I know we sometimes say the hashtag for each individual episode. This one isn't particularly important because it's hashtag Vampnesia.
No, come on.
That was the hashtag for this episode of the Vampire Diaries, Vampnesia.
Who came up with these?
Whoever it is deserves a Nobel Peace Prize, I think. This is really good work.
I miss when that was a thing. I miss when they worked, actually, like when that was a searchable function.
Yeah.
That, bless. Those are very good. Thank you to the Wikipedia for allowing us to be able to access those.
God.
So yeah, Monsters Ball. I hate that. Is next week. Very much looking forward to it. We do have some amazing patrons, though, to thank. Would you like to kick us off?
Absolutely. Thank you to Greg Lautner.
Ooh, thank you to April Dobrev.
Ooh, thank you to Sean Salvatore.
Ooh, thank you to Megan Pattinson.
Ooh, thank you to Katya Karp.
Ooh, thank you to Genevieve Morgan.
Ow, thank you to Danielle Burke.
Ooh, thank you to Janae Bennett.
Ooh, thank you to Dan Zeklos.
Ooh, thank you to Emily Ozera.
Ooh, and last but certainly not least, thank you to Jaylene Ivishkov.
Ooh.
Meow, meow.
So I do have a fan fiction for you.
Okay.
This is by the author Wave Sketcher, and it is titled Bonnie's Mixtape. The summary for you is, and this is an excerpt from their writing, it looks like, and then the description. I saw you today. For the first time in 5 months, I felt my heart again. It leaped in my chest, flew up my throat, and almost formed your name. Bonnie felt like a simple word again, a homecoming. And then I noticed that you dyed your hair the color of sunset, and that you were smiling, speaking to someone on the phone. I didn't call your name. The summary says, Bonnie and Damon were in love. Damon still is. So all I'm saying is, why was Damon so emotional? You know?
Yeah.
What's with that? What's going on there? What's going on with those two?
I'm curious. What's going on?
What is she saved as in his phone?
Right. I need answers.
I have questions that I will probably never get resolution to. But I do need Bonnie back desperately, if only just so that we can continue to ogle at Jeremy together.
Yeah. As a friend.
Yes. Tell your friends about the show. Let us know your thoughts about the Vampire Diaries, or, Lena Dunham, I guess. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah. And as we say here in the Pacific Northwest,
get bit.
Ooh. Ow.
You've been listening to Into the Twilight, an independent production by Earbud Media. You can support the show by subscribing to our Patreon at patreon.com/intothetwilight, or rate and review us on your favorite